I think this was expected, that she probably would struggle going up against the best defense in the WNBA.
In your first game, to me, that's just a sign of things to come, and I love it. And what does she do? She not only goes out there and balls, but she does what we expect.
Guys, we are back with some serious scoop in the women's hoop world today. Caitlin Clark, our scoring queen from the University of Iowa, just made her WNBA home debut to change everything in the world of women basketball. As she's already making her impact, her debut pulled in a whopping 2.1 million viewers across all platforms, making it the most watched WNBA game on ESPN. At its peak, the viewership hit 2.3 million. That's the highest since 2001 when the Los Angeles Sparks went head-to-head with the Houston Comets. But you know what? Clark's presence has changed everything about the women's sport, except the wins and losses for Indiana Fever, which hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, is now 0-2 in the Clark era. Last night, she suited up for her first dance with the Fever's home opener. A sellout crowd of 17,274 showed up for Clark's official introduction to Indianapolis fans at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Many of the fans were in Clark jerseys and t-shirts, eager to get a look at one of the biggest superstars on the planet. And Indiana Fever was ready to bring the heat against the New York Liberty. But oopsie daisy. Reigning WNBA MVP Breanna Stewart was the player who ruined the show for Indiana, scoring 31 points to lead the Liberty. Stewart completely overmatched Indiana's front court, shooting 12 for 21 from the field while grabbing 10 rebounds with 4 assists. The Fever got totally wrecked by the New York Liberty, one of 2 franchises dubbed super teams last season, along with Las Vegas. They got smacked down hard with a brutal 102-66 loss. The Liberty didn't just give Indiana a hard time, they made life rough for Clark too. Clark's tough home opener followed her WNBA debut Tuesday versus the Connecticut Sun. Her scoring numbers looked good with 20 points, but she shot 5 for 15 from the field, including 4 for 11 from 3. There's no grading curve in the pros, as Clark found out Thursday night. She struggled with fouls, high expectations, and the jump from college to the big leagues, ending with 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in 30 minutes. For the Fever, only Aaliyah Boston was ballin' with a game-high 12 points and 10 rebounds for Indiana. It was the first time fans saw it. After Caitlin Clark missed a 3, she threw her hands up, totally frustrated. Clearly fed up with her scoring drought, the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft had just 2 points in almost 30 minutes of play. Now, some fans might wonder if this is the game over sign for Caitlin, but let's keep it real. 1 or 2 games doesn't write the story of a career. Caitlin Clark is just getting warmed up, and we're all stoked to see what she brings next to the court. Moving from college hoops to the WNBA, piece of cake, right? Caitlin's showing us all how it's done by throwing full commitment with adjusting herself with the game. And remember what Stephen A. Smith said?
Hey, you, part of the 99.2% who haven't hit that subscribe button yet. What are you waiting for? Don't be a bench warmer. Be part of the She Got Game. Hit subscribe now.
Correct. But guys, forget Cailton this time. We've got a juicy mystery on our hands. While Caitlin Clark was making waves in her WNBA debut game against Connecticut Sun, some sneaky spectators caught onto something peculiar. Her parents, Brent and Ann Nizzy Clark, during the game. They noticed something off. The couple sat close, but seemed distant, leaving an empty seat between them, reflecting their nerves and worry for something. What is cooking in between them? Could it be that my nose is picking up the scent of something fishy, like a potential divorce in the air? Nah. Maybe they were in the middle of a pre-game showdown, throwing down some serious verbal jabs before tip-off. Let's reel it back in and focus on the real MVP. Talking about the game against the Connecticut Suns, a lot of our fans are wondering, did Caitlin's first game letdown cool off her hot streak, or is it just a bump in the road to her basketball glory? The answer is absolutely not. Even though Caitlin's team took a loss, her influence on the game is undeniable. She's injected a fresh dose of hype and brought in a massive audience for women's basketball. Despite the debut pressure, Clark put up a solid performance, scoring 20 points in her debut game, the second best scoring debut in WNBA history. But she did face challenges adapting to the WNBA's faster pace and different style, which is a whole different ballgame from college hoops. Despite the bumpy start, Clark kept her cool, showing wisdom beyond her years as she handled the transition. Her knack for staying chill under pressure hints at a bright future in the WNBA, suggesting a promising career ahead. As fans eagerly await her next game, Clark's debut has already made an impact, setting the stage for what looks to be an epic season. Clark's early shots didn't find the net, with her first 3 attempts off the mark. She was visibly frustrated, especially after missing shots that were easy buckets for her in college. Adding to her woes, she got called for a foul, forcing her to the bench early in the game without any points on the board. But Clark didn't back down. About halfway through the game, she snagged a steal and breezed past the Suns' defense for a simple layup, finally getting some points. Despite the rocky start, Clark wrapped up the game with 20 points, a solid showing for a debut, even though she had 10 turnovers, something she admitted needs work. And after the game against New York, Caitlin Clark said that she struggled to match the pace the Liberty played with. She also added that she was being pushed off the ball, something she needs to improve. The 9-point effort comes as a rude shock to the rookie who had 20 against the Connecticut Sun in Indiana's season opener. Those turnovers aside, Clark's scoring skills were evident, giving fans a taste of what she can do in the WNBA. As she continues to adjust to the pro level, Clark's debut serves as a learning curve, highlighting areas for growth as she aims to make a splash in the league. So what did you think Clark was going to? Wait, many of you are new here. Let me be the first to say we are thrilled to have you. As a diehard women's basketball fan, I gotta say we've just opened up our Super Chat thanks section to spread some love and support for the growing WNBA, women's sports, and our She Got Game channel. Show some love, guys. Let's make this community even more awesome. Back to the video. So, what did you think Clark was going to walk into this league and dominate from day one? Lift the Fever to WNBA title contention immediately? Rewrite the professional record books all because she was a college superstar? The single most important reality to understand. The WNBA is full of grown women who are no strangers to college superstars. These are veteran players, many of whom have been playing professionally for a decade or more. They have seen every move in the book and defended most of them firsthand. They respect Clark's game, but they are not awed by her. As we wrap up, one thing's clear. Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark learned some tough lessons from her first 2 WNBA tests. But she is a force to be reckoned with in the WNBA. Both of her games might not have been flawless, but it was a glimpse into a bright future. Keep your eyes peeled, because the Fever and Liberty head back to New York on Saturday for a rematch. Stay tuned for more updates on Caitlin and all things women's basketball. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop. Until next time, never ever forget to shoot your shot.